So I've been reading all these stories lately about the TSA and airports and security. And it, matters to me a little bit because, well, I got to travel every 4 or 5 weeks for work. And I really don't like the choice that's in front of me right around now. Basically, from what I can tell, you have a choice. You can either have nude photographs taken of you, or you can be sexually assaulted. And, the nude photographs, they look like a reverse image, but all you have to do is do an invert on it, and you're basically looking at a high-res digital photograph of your naked body. Not only your naked body, but maybe your wife's naked body or your children's naked body, because even though the children aren't going to be sexually assaulted, your little children are going to have nude pictures taken of them. Nude pictures that the government of the United Kingdom, amongst others, have already ruled are child pornography. So we have our government agents looking at child porn. Now they tell us that those images will be safe. But, well, when did the government actually successfully do anything that they said they were going to do? It's just a matter of time before someone hacks into this network, because the machines are on a network. I do network stuff amongst other things in my job, and so it's pretty easy for me to conceive of someone hacking into that network and spreading around millions of nude photographs of me, people I know, children, all out there on the internet for whoever wants to look at it. And if you don't want to have nude pictures taken of you, then your other option is to be groped, to be sexually assaulted. Now, I know there's a gradation of sexual assault, and I don't mean in any way, shape, or form to minimize people that have been victims of far more serious forms of sexual assault than being groped in public by strangers. But girls and boys as young as 13 are going to have their private parts handled by gloved people. And the gloves they use, they're not sterile gloves, and they don't switch them in between uses. So that also means that all sorts of genital-related conditions can be transmitted from one person to another by our government. And the purpose of all of this is to protect us from terrorists that want to blow up planes. We are told that if we don't submit to sort of this absurdity, that the planes could be blown up out of the air. I guess I have two responses to that. Number one, I don't think that these measures are actually going to protect us from terrorists in that sense. I've already read several articles online that seem to indicate that it's relatively straightforward to sneak things past those detectors. All you have to do is be willing to stick the stuff in a non-metal container up your rectum, and you can pass through. And the last time the Government Accountability Office did an audit on airport security, they were basically able to smuggle past every kind of substance that one might want. All they needed to do is a little bit of straightforward casing of the joint, if you will, to understand how the TSA operated. And they were able to do that. But the second and the most sort of trenchant or powerful thing I would say about this is that the idea here is that the government has done a careful balancing of risks versus rights, and have said, look, we're going to take away your right, your constitutional right to be secure in your person against unreasonable searches, because we need to make you safe. We need to make you safe from the potential of terrorists blowing up the airplane. Well, this is what I have to say to that. Screw you. I'm actually willing to take the risk of being in a plane that gets blown up by a terrorist to avoid being sexually assaulted or having nude photos taken of me and people in my family. I'm willing to risk that on behalf of myself and on behalf of my family. That tactic of using a plane as a weapon didn't even survive 9/11. Didn't even last the day. Our attitudes have changed fundamentally, and giving the pilot a gun and putting him behind a locked door did a hell of a lot more than decades of government posturing about this issue. So I'm willing to take my chances being blown out of the sky in order to avoid sexual assault. It's just another example of trying to impose a one-size-fits-all solution. And that's what this song's about. This song's called How to Be. Hope you like it. looking into the TV screen, watching what they want me to see, knowing that they sit in an ivory tower, finding new ways to expand their power. I don't need anybody watching over me, 'cause I don't want anybody telling me how to be, how to be. Talking about old-time rights won and held in old-time fights, waiting for the dam to burst, hoping against the worst. I don't need anybody watching over me, 'cause I don't want anybody telling me how to be, how to be. Walk with me and we shall see the tidal wave of humanity washing into the streets, discovering their lives are free. I don't need anybody watching over me, 'cause I don't want anybody telling me how to be, 'cause I don't want anybody watching over me, 'cause I don't want anybody telling me how to be, how to be, how to be. And that about sums up how I feel about it. Leave a comment if you agree or if you disagree. Thanks. Have a great evening. Happy Thanksgiving.